mastering legend Howie Weinberg, who's worked with more artists than I could ever name here today. So a few years ago, we brought the Antelope clocks over to you, and then later the converters. And what has that meant, and why did you make, why did it change, and what did it do for you in your studio, putting the Antelope clocks and then converters in?
In digital audio, clocking is the most important thing you can have. Okay. In digital, I always thought clocking is just something that you look at your watch, it's clocking, everything is the same. Until I did a lot of A/B testing, and every clock sounds different, and everyone has a certain vibe, a certain different vibe. I checked out a lot of clocks, and I found the Antelope, especially the 10M and the Trinity, any of those, has the most accurate. It just sounds, everything sounds, the bass sounds tighter, it gets, the whole musical feel gets wider, the vocals sound louder, everything just kind of sounds accurate, It doesn't sound like, wishy-washy, it sounds clean and in your face, and kind of, it feels like, yeah, that's a good mix. So the clocking, with the really good converters are, I think, the most important thing in digital audio. And basically, everybody's got the digital format. Everybody's reclocking, so you want to keep going back and forth to analog digital, without losing a lot of sound. And this 10M, I think, is the best. I've tried a lot of them. This is by far. The other ones over here, the Antelope is over here, and I recommend it highly.
So you also started using the Eclipse converter, and you recommend to a lot of producers who've adopted the Orion converter. Yeah. How has that clocking then helped our converter to sound better for you and your customers?
Well, basically the clocking, it's right before it gets to the analog section, so your clocks are more accurate. The converters are much more accurate. I'm sorry. I've used other converters with the 10M clocks, and all of a sudden the converter just sounded twice as good. So if you have an amazing converter, and then you use the clocks, God knows what you come up with, It's pretty damn good audio, okay? And like I said, everybody's working in digital these days, so really, the clocking is one of the most important things you can have in your setup, especially accurate clocking, because I've done a lot of tests with the Big Bends, the Prisms, the Digi-Design clocks. Every time I A/B it, my ear just goes right back to the 10M going, this is right. The other ones have a color, a little different sound. The 10M just sounds pretty much dead on, which is, in my business, that's what I want. And I'm sure everybody out here who's recording, you want to play back the same shit that you recorded. You don't want to come back and go, oh shit, I don't like that. No. I come back, I play back my files I recorded with the 10M, and I go, fuck yeah. Awesome.
And it's real, Howie and I talk, every 2-3 weeks.
Stuff.
We stay in touch really close. He's a great guy, and he really is as passionate about Antelope as anyone on the planet. And it's real.
It's in my setup. I have it right in my. It's in my rack. You walk in my studio. There's a 10M. There's an Eclipse. There's a Trinity. There's an Isotope. It all runs together.
Isochrone, yeah.
Isochrone. And I can have any gear I want in this world. Okay. The reason I use the Antelope is because I get the best results.
about your new iPhone app, the fun new Howie app, and how that's transformed things for you and helped get your your reputation. You obviously people know you, but
really show you, but
more people know you than ever now.
Basically, I did an iOS app that kind of emulates what I do on a $5 app. You can basically download it on an iPhone, anything iOS 7, an iPad, and it basically has user presets. It has 35 years of my mastering curves in one $5 app. There are certain apps you can do recording on and mixing on or mastering on. iOS apps, I'm talking about shit that's less than 10 bucks. I mean, mine is actually $5. It's the greatest deal ever in recorded history. It's like 6 bands of EQ, compressors, you can render, you can do 2496. I mean, it doesn't replace guys like me in mastering. What it does is it puts me in the same room as you, or even more than that, it allows the kid who records in his garage, somebody who has unlimited demos, what am I going to do? How do I get these things presentable? So it's basically a home unit that works on your phone.
It's a really fun tool, because if you are producing on your phone or your iPad and you want to just get an idea what it's going to sound like finished and then make some more tweaks, I've played around with it and actually I'm having a little fun with it. Know about some of the epic records you've worked on over the years. Talk to us about some of the stuff you've done recently, and if you can, some of the things that might be coming, because Howie's as busy as ever. He's mastering, bands every week and big name artists. What's going on today?
It puts me on the spot here a little bit. I just worked on one of the biggest Spanish language artists, this guy Juanes. I think he's, as I heard, he's like one of the biggest artists in the world. He just did a new Frey record, a new H-Rack, and electronic records. It's pretty full tilt of genre music, a lot of indie stuff. Every day is all different for me, but one thing I know is there's always a good product coming in and out.
We'll give a plug to our friend Fabrice. Very nice little strumming there. Yeah. We'll give a plug to our friend Fabrice Gabriel with his Air EQ. You've played around with that for a while. What did you think of that thing?
It's pretty good. It's excellent. It's not finished yet, but I mean, it's a real dedicated plug-in EQ that has a lot of functionality to it. It's something I use. I use with my real clients, not with my app clients. And it's a fantastic unit. And it has a lot of. It has a lot of focus, a lot of you can make things dirty, clean, any way you like it, okay? And I don't think it's finished yet.
Oh, okay. I know they were showing an early version, I think, at the show here.
He's one guy that will work on shit for years until it's really perfect. And I think the years have come already, so I think it's about ready.
Talk about some of the other stuff you use in the studio, like EQ-wise. I know you're big into SPL stuff as well.
I use the SPL, all the 120 volt EQs. I use the 120 volt mastering consoles. Like I said, everything is, my world is digital analog. It's hybrid digital, it's high. I mean, I'm sure everybody out here, has a lot of pieces of analog gear that they use with their digital rigs, okay? Because digital rigs on its own, it's always missing something, and you play back those files and they're all digital, and I need a little grit. I need something that's not so accurate, And that's why, the hybrid system to me is the way to go, where you can mix in the box, but use a lot of analog plugins along the way, and that also, makes you have to reclock things, and that's where the Antelope clocking comes in the best.
That's actually really interesting, because I mean and that's what we find with a lot of high-end users. They're using the plugins, and plugins are great tools. We have a lot of hardware here, but we're doing demos with plugins as well. It's a hybrid approach, and so where the Antelope has excelled for a lot of people, like the 32 channel for Mixerman, is to be able to come out, summit, or hit some analog gear, then come back in and not lose what I call the conversion tax. You don't have to pay pay that conversion tax.
Completely. It's ridiculous. The conversion is the biggest drop of fidelity you can have in this industry. I mean, everybody here is it people work in a hybrid system, like you do everything kind of in the box and kind of out of the box kind of thing.
A lot of people shaking their heads.
Yeah.
We're going to get on to the giveaway. Howie, you're going to select the winner of an Orion 32.
Orion 32, yeah, baby!
What name do we have? The Orion 32. And the winner is Harad Karagosian. So we want to thank all of you guys for coming. We're very proud of the Orion 32. It's one of the top sellers of the year. And thanks to Howie. Howie, wrap it up for us.
Is there anybody has any questions on clocking, Antelope, audio, anything?